Yeah, you're saying it right. Your boys for prize picks. Put in $5. Win or lose, you get $50 back. It's free bread, man. Go ahead and get the free bread at prize picks, baby. Use code CDotty when you're making your account. CDotty. YouTube. What's good to it's your boy CDotty. Today we have the Atlanta Falcons are super underrated. Hey, hold on, wait. First thing first, my nigga. Nigga, fuck Penn State. I just got the shirt, nigga. It's comfy as shit. Fuck Penn State. They didn't have a Georgia version. Nigga. Fuck Penn State. Let's just set the record straight there. But we got Falcons are super underrated. Like, bro, I know this. I'm gonna drop this video just for the niggas that basically did not watch the Falcons last year, bro. We are literally like inches away. We are inches away. Just literally inches away. Like we're literally like we if one bro. Oh my gosh! Like we literally had the most toughest season. Like quarterback get injured, do not say shit. Play like shit. Kicker get injured, do not say shit. Play like shit. So we have to deal with that for like a 6-game stretch. Where obviously wasn't getting no sacks. We wasn't getting no sacks. Bro, it's just we had so like the worst shit happened at the worst time. So we're just inches away, and I look like we fill in those holes that everybody play like to their potential, bro. So without further ado, on the word 25,000, man, let's go ahead and get to it. Let's see what this man got to say. He's supposedly an NFL analyst.
The Atlanta Falcons have made a lot of changes these past 2 years. So in today's video, I want to talk about why I personally believe the Atlanta Falcons are one of the most underrated teams heading into the 2025
Hey, Justin Simmons. Bye-bye.
season. Subscribe if you're new. Let's hop into it. So the best way to start off this video is by obviously talking about what happened last year, because that's obviously the best point of reference to look at.
That's basically what I just did a little bit.
This team, they were about league average in a lot of different stats. Offensively speaking, they were not too bad. 14th in points per game, 12th in touch.
Talk to me. We losing our field goals. My kicker's hurt. Kicker's still kicking hurt because he don't want to say shit because he don't want to lose his job. Fucking quarterback don't want to say shit because he don't want to lose his job. But guess what? You lost your job. But Cool kicking for his life right now. Cool is kicking for his life right now in the training facility, bro. He's kicking for his life. He's kicking for his family. Like, I'm telling you, bro, it should get wicked. When you're injured, bro, you better say something, bro. You better speak up. Niggas will have respect for you coming back. Cause Kurt, you leave off where, nigga, Kurt, you leave off where you get hurt at, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You might be. You would at least got picked up for sure. Cause I ain't gonna lie, you wasn't taking Penix's spot back. But you would have got picked up from a team. You fucked yourself up, and you did rob us, bitch. Never forgetting that. Hey, that all them fines they getting, they needed to take that out of Kirk's paycheck, bro. All them fines we get.
Touchdowns per game, and you guys can see the
all
rest.
them weak ass fines.
Running the football, passing the ball wise, it did take
taking
a
our
little
draft
bit, but once
picks and
Penix
shit.
got in there, it looked a lot better. Obviously, the offensive line is stout, only giving up 5.41% quarterback sack rates. Defensively speaking, this was a little bit below average unit, but I think they're very improved this year. They were 23rd in opponents' points per game, 21st in opponents' touchdowns per game, 22nd in opponents' yards per game. They were about league average against the run and against the pass.
And the thing is, with defense, bro, the pass rush fixes all of that. Like a good pass rush fixes all of that outside of the running, obviously. But come on now. It's 2025. Niggas is just not winning just running the ball for the most part. For the most part, it's a passing league.
They were not particularly
so
great.
Pass rush changes all that. Pass rush have D Alfred looking like Jalen Ramsey.
You have to take into account that early on in the season, Kirk Cousins was the starting quarterback, so a lot of the numbers are kind of skewed.
Niggas get Jalen Ramsey, I'm losing my mind.
Cousins, which obviously was good at moments, but towards the back end, it wasn't particularly good. And defensively speaking, we also have to take into account this team just really had no serious pass rush. They ranked 30.
Yo, what is Aaron Rodgers doing? Falcons, Bijan. I'm tired in the offseason of telling people like, man, we're almost. Thank you, Bijan. You fucking Bijan. You understand it. That's why I put up that 500 against Janky, nigga. You understand it. And you said, nigga, we win by 20. I'm like, oh yeah, he talking about winning by 20. You know that we almost there, Bijan. You know it. You smell it just like I smell it. We both smelling the same shit, Bijan. Trust me.
first in sack percentage last
Oh
year.
my
So they were not
gosh,
very good at getting to the
Bijan.
quarterback. They
Bijan
also
is my
just didn't
nigga,
really have
boy.
the members in the secondary
That's my
to hold
nigga.
up. So that's kind of why
Shout out that nigga Bijan, boy. He knows
free
ball.
agency and draft
He knows
process,
ball.
their number one objective has been kind of fixing up this pass rush, and I would say that they've done a fine job. Because in free agency, they went quite aggressive on the defensive side of things.
Leonard Floyd. Oh, I forgot we had Diablo. Diablo's not bad. Trust Rat. Who's Rat? I'm Rat. Trust me. Trust me. Diablo's not bad. We have Jamal Agnew? He's not that good, but I didn't know we had that nigga. What the fuck? Oh, we resigned Street? I didn't know we resigned Street. Graham. Extended Jake Matthews. Released Grady Jerry. Nigga, I'm telling you, dog. Baltimore got DeAndre Hopkins' old ass.
Things. Obviously, signing edge Leonard Floyd, who surprisingly is close to a 10 sack a season type of guy. You get him on a $1 million deal. I don't think he's particularly great against the run or this elite.
Who cares?
But he can get to the quarterback.
Nigga went to Georgia. He's a dog.
Divine Diablo on
Give him
a
a job.
2-year deal.
Fuck.
Morgan Fox on a 2-year deal. Mike Ford on a 2-year deal. A couple other guys, and then you re-sign a bunch of guys as well. Has made a few.
Jordan Fuller? Hold on, wait. Jordan Fuller? Jordan Fuller. Oh, okay. I don't know who this is. I thought it was somebody else. Okay.
Extensions.
I was trying to make sure.
Some cap space. Now, as I mentioned, they came into this offseason with one major need, and that was just fixing up their front seven. Morgan Fox is a really good player who's going to fit in nicely alongside probably.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
as like
that Diablo's. I'll take Diablo.
Divine Diablo, he's probably going to be your linebacker opposite of Caden Ellis. Divine is just a really solid linebacker. He's never going to be a superstar, a Pro Bowler, an All-Pro like guy, but he'll just be a really solid starter next to somebody in Caden Ellis, who I think is a really good starter. And then, as I mentioned, Leonard Floyd is sneakily one of those guys that can get you 10 sacks a season, and you just don't really realize that he was that productive. Like when
Leonard Floyd, you give me 10 sacks, nigga, I'll buy a Floyd jersey. You give me 10 sacks, nigga, I'll buy a Floyd jersey. Fuck you talking about, nigga?
You look at his statistics, he's dang near at 8.5 to 10 sacks every single year since 2020. And you bring him in on just a 1-year deal. It's not like it's going to hurt you if he has a down year or if he has a great year.
Now start barking. You
used
to give me 10 sacks.
High reward like move. He's a veteran. He's been in the league. He knows how to get to the quarterback, which this Falcons team could desperately use. But that wasn't really the story of the offseason. For me, the story of the offseason was kind of the draft. Because in the draft, the Atlanta Falcons made some risky bets, and some I like, but some I am not the biggest fan of. For starters, their first risk they made in the offseason was taking a risk on Jalen Walker.
Risk? Nigga, shut your... I might skip over this shit, but nigga just said a risk. Shut your dumb ass up, but we couldn't believe he was on the board. Fuck you talking about a risk. Get the fuck out of my face. The biggest risk we took was getting Jalen. Nigga, that's the biggest fucking move we made, boy. Fuck, biggest mistake niggas made. Nah, that's rage bait. I'm not gonna lie, that's rage bait.
I thought he was a little bit too much of a project, especially if you wanted him as a pass rusher.
Let me see what this
There's a very good Walker. Now, given the value at pick 15, I did not hate this pick at all. I thought there's a very good chance that Jalen Walker was going to be a top 10 pick. I did not have him as a top 10 player in this class. I thought he was a little bit too much of a project, especially if you wanted him as a pass rusher. However, him falling to 15, the Atlanta Falcons having such a big need at both, I guess, linebacker long-term next to Caden Ellis if Divine Diablo doesn't work out, as well as just a potential pass rusher. Like, this one kind of fixes two issues with one pick. And again, the value was nice at 15. Jalen Walker was somebody who a lot of us thought was going to go top 10 as early as 8 to the Carolina Panthers.
No, you're not understanding. We do not need this nigga as a fucking pass rusher. He can sprinkle it in, of course. Nigga, we need this nigga for a QB spy. We need that nigga. We need this nigga for Jaden Daniels. We need this nigga for Bryce Young. We need this nigga for Shuck. We need this nigga for Baker. We need this nigga for fucking Lamar. We need this nigga for Josh Allen. Shut your... Oh, this nigga about to piss me off. He's a rage baiter. Don't disrespect my nigga Jalen Walker like that in your life, nigga. Fuck Penn State. I know what I got on. It's comfy.
He did not. He went 15th, and I think it's really good value. He's just a disruptor. He's a freak athlete. He can play multiple positions. I think when he is at linebacker, he can be solid in coverage. I personally believe he is best suited as a linebacker. However, I do think he has the chops.
Don't worry about what he gonna play it all. Don't worry about it. You just sit back and watch. You just sit back and watch.
Develop as an edge rusher. Unfortunately, this is a team in Atlanta that does need instant impact contributors, and I don't know quite yet if Jalen Walker is ready to step in day one.
Yo, hold on. Bro, he performed top level against the best schools. What more do you want from him? What more do you got to see? And Mr. NFL and analyst. What more do you got to see? You don't know ball. You don't know ball like I know ball. Boy.
5+ sacks in his rookie year. But what I think he can do early on is just really be a disruptor. Use that.
Is that Luka? Shout out my nigga Luka. Weak. That Luka. I think that's Luka, bro. Shout out my nigga Luka.
Athleticism to your advantage, learn on the spot, develop nicely, and by year 2, year 3, you're looking at somebody who could be a major impactful starter for this roster. Again, given the fact it was at pick 15, it was not a top 10 pick, I like this pick quite a bit. He kind of fixes multiple issues, and he's just one of those dudes who was a highly rated defender coming out of the draft that fell into your laps. You didn't overthink it. I just thought it was the right move. But then down the board here, you trade back up into round 1 for James Pierce Jr.
I dare you to hate on this. I dare you.
This one I kind of have a problem with. For starters, I was not very high on James Pierce Jr. I just think that he is somebody with a lot of flaws to his game. With that said, at the pick 27,
we need a nigga that can spy and get to the quarterback. He can do both. Fuck that. He's gonna develop. He's a rookie. Some niggas peak rookie year. Vic Beasley. McKinley. Fuck.
on the back end of the first round, I didn't have a problem with him going there. For me, I do have a problem, though, if you are trading back up into the first round to draft him, as well as...
We didn't really trade nothing for her. We just swapped last year pick for this year pick for the most part. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, who cares? Nigga, we need something now. Whole ass nigga.
is giving up
Hey, I don't know who this is. Metro Sports. It's no beef, bro. I'm chatting.
an additional.
But you are pissing me off. You are L Rage
By
Bader.
the way, the
Well, I guess a
2026
W Rage
NFL
Bader.
draft looks pretty talented, at least on paper. So I was not a big fan of them trading up, and especially for James Pierce Jr., but I will say, I do think the fit is nice of James Pierce Jr. with the Atlanta Falcons. To me, he is best suited as like a 3-4 outside linebacker, which is what he's going to be with the Atlanta Falcons. I think that's probably where he's going to be best suited at. I also just think he's not very polished against the run, which I don't think should be too big of a worry because you have a...
Nigga, fuck the run unless it's the quarterback. We're not about to lose to the run. We're just not. Unless it's the quarterback. That's what's been beating us for years. Nobody's worried about old ass Kamara. Nobody worried about Chuba Hubbard. Niggas is not worried about them niggas. We're not. I think.
a couple of guys who can kind of step into that role.
Nah, we got
But
Caden Ellis. He's not going.
Third down, second down pass.
Caden Ellis not going.
I do think James Pierce Jr. will be on the field quite a bit. This was a Falcons team that, especially off the edge, didn't really have a bunch of freak athletes. And now you bring in a Jalen Walker. And now you bring in a James Pierce Jr. And now you have arguably two of the freakiest pass rushers in this draft class. I do think James Pierce Jr. is surprisingly
Lord.
of the freakiest pass rushers in this draft.
I gotta put this in slow motion. Look at this get off. This is exactly why he's in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. And this is exactly why he's in the NFL. It's level to this shit. I gotta put it in slow mo.
Class.
Look at this get off. Niggas have not even moved yet. He's already gone. He's already gone. Niggas haven't even moved yet. Oh my. He's cooked, bro. It's raps. Fuck with this nigga talking about.
I think James Pierce Jr., surprisingly for me, is a good fit with this team. I did not like his fit for a lot of teams, but I actually do think that he's a good fit with this roster. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of James Pierce Jr. I do not see a guy who's going to get you 10 sacks a season, but I think he could be a productive guy. I think he can use his best rush moves. He can use his speed and athleticism to his advantage. Just kind of has to learn a little bit of some nuance.
Fuck 10 sacks. Can we get 9, 8
more? I think there's a good ceiling. There's a good floor for this guy.
That's all we need.
With Atlanta, I feel okay with. Again, I don't love the idea of giving up a first-round pick from especially next year's draft. But if you feel that confident in the guy, which I'm assuming the Atlanta Falcons do, then I guess I can't complain too much about it. Again, I do want to reiterate, they have two of the craziest athletic freaks in this draft class. James Pierce Jr. coming off the edge is a freak. He is just an absolute big mover. He's super athletic, 4.47, I believe he ran at the 40-yard dash. And then Jalen Walker is just as athletic and just as freaky gifted as James Pierce. So having both those guys potentially come off the edge, it's going to pose some problems, especially if you have some packages where you could throw some other really good pass rushers out there. It could be pretty fun, especially in the rookie year and as time goes on and they develop. Then in round 3, I thought they got a big-time steal here in Xavier Watts, the safety.
Watts, I expect a good season out of you, my boy. I expect a good season out of you. Nigga, you're gonna be. I expect you to be way better than Manti Te'o was in the league.
Now, admittedly speaking, I don't know if safety was like their biggest of issues. Like I thought they really needed another corner, especially like a nickel. I also thought maybe you want to pick up another nose tackle, but man, Xavier Watts was there, and I can't really complain
never got catfish
about this pick. Xavier Watts is just a really solid playmaking safety. He's long range and he moves quite well. Not the greatest tackler, and I also think at times, he he moves quite well.
No, we can't be loose with just calling niggas Jesse Bates, bro. I'm not gonna lie, but hey, we'll see, bro. We'll see.
The greatest tackler, and I also think at times, he can get beat a little bit, but man, he's just a playmaker. Like he is just somebody who can truly make plays in the back end. And it's funny because I think a lot of us thought that safety wasn't a big need for a lot of teams. So a lot of us thought that Xavier Watts was going to be taken early in the second round because a lot of teams would have maybe considered him in the second round because there's sort of some positional, I guess, value taken into account with the safety position. But a team like Atlanta, who really didn't need a safety, saw the talent fall into.
I'm skipping over you, bro. You don't know ball. This nigga just said we didn't need a safety. Didn't really need a safety. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, come on, bro. You don't know ball. I'm not gonna lie. You're not an NFL analysis. You're not an NFL analyst, bro. Talking about we don't, bro. We don't have Justin Simmons no more. We need a safety.
And for a team last year that really struggled to get the ball, really struggled to make turnovers.
Bitch, are you dumb? Stupid. I thought you were a bitch of this song because they be hard.
When you pair him opposite of a Jesse Bates. So I think there's some versatility here to put him in whatever position you really want him to play. He's long, rangy, lengthy, can make plays on the football. And that's all definitely a big value for this route.
All the D tackles was gone. So we said, fuck it. Go in the back end.
And then down the board, you took Billy Bowman. He's just a really small player who I think could actually be your nickelback of the future. He is
more speed, 4.4. He ran a 4.4. Ball hog. Put that nigga as fucking slot cornerback. Nickel corner. Yeah, nickel corner. Yeah, okay. See what he's talking about.
Really solid in coverage. He's a smooth mover. He's just really short. And so it's kind of difficult to see him having a really long term.
Bro, this is at the NBA, bro. Like, how tall is he, bro? How tall is he, bro? Hold on. He's 5'10", nigga. Are you a fucking thought? What you want, a 6 foot, 6'6" rich? Bro, bro, this nigga's gay, bro. Bro, he's 5'10" and NFL is not small. That's like basically like basic normal height. Like, what are you talking about? That's not. He said he's very little, very little, very.
Term role on this team if he's just going to be that tiny, but we'll have to wait and see. Jack Nelson, you also took in the 7th round, who I'm assuming is going to be like a developmental practice squad tackle.
Nigga, fuck that. We need niggas blocking now. Fuck. Fuck a practice squad. It's round 7 though.
who we'll have to wait and see if maybe he can develop into anything. So all in all, my opinions on their draft is that I think it was a good draft. I don't love giving up a first round pick, but I think as time has sort of went on and the more I've had time to think.
We gave up a first round pick to what? Get one for this year. Get in, like, bro, shut up, nigga. Like, shut your.
About this draft, I think I've grown to like it a little bit more. Initially, I was not a fan at all of this draft. I think as time has gone on, I have kind of taken a step forward. Initially, I was not a fan at all of this draft, but I think
he wasn't a fan at all of this draft. You do not know football. Stop making videos on the Falcons, my nigga. Stop.
As time has gone on,
trying to glaze us in the title.
Step back and realize that
talking bullshit
it's
on
not
my
the worst
squad,
draft imaginable. It's actually a pretty good draft. I don't think they necessarily nailed every single pick. I don't think they nailed every single one of their needs. But you get
who should we got then, Mr. Analysis? Who should we get? You don't bro. You don't know, bro. Like,
2 free.
Good thing this nigga's not our GM.
Rushers off the board. You get 2 members of the second.
You got ran out of Atlanta, boy.
Players, and then obviously Jack Nelson.
Nigga, YNs would have raided your house.
You only had 5 picks in this class, so you only could do so much. We'll have to wait and see. I don't love it. It's not like a top 5 draft class for me, but I also don't think it's like the worst draft class of this last draft. In fact, I don't think it's even close to that. But now we look at their depth chart, and I gotta be honest with you guys, I truly do believe this is a really talented team that a lot of people are not taking serious right now. Like, this team has a shot to definitely make the playoffs. Offensively speaking, you're running back essentially this team has a shot to definitely make the playoffs.
Duh. We worry about what we're gonna do in the playoffs. Okay, let me chill. Let's get there.
Offensively speaking,
hold on, wait. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know why we gave Felipe Franks a job, but like, we could have kept our money in our pocket, bro. Look for something else. Not gonna lie.
Are not taking serious right now. Like, this team has a shot to definitely.
Kyle Pitts, I need 1,000 yards minimum.
Running back essentially the exact
minimum
team minus your starting center, but you do have Ryan Newsel there, who, from what I've heard, Raheem Mostert's very confident, and based off PFF, he had an okay season last year with the limited playing time he did get. So we'll kind of keep an eye on him. I think this offensive line in general is just super solid. So even if the center position.
Falcons Michael Penix is developing something special with Drake London, Kyle Pitts. I'm telling you, Pitts, you are in a thin line. I damn near got you up out of here this year. But I'm like, Penix is looking too nice. I don't want to take no risk. End up having a bullshit ass tight end. We know what you can do, Pitts. You just got to go out there and do it. Show some effort. We got the team. Had our talk with Pitts. This is last year, Pitts. If you don't perform. It's your last year.
Position is just okay, adequate. You're solid there. Obviously, Kyle Pitts is always going to be a question mark. Like, he has just not been the guy that he was in that rookie season, that he was coming out of Florida. You don't really know what you're going to get from him. From what I have heard, it does sound like he's going to
wait, what?
Question mark. Like, he has just not. You're solid there. Even if the center position is just okay and like adequate, you're solid there. Obviously, Kyle Pitts is always going to be a question mark. Like, he has just not been the guy that he was in that rookie season, that he was coming out of Florida. You don't really know what you're going to get from him. From what I have heard,
bro, he had old-ass Matt, hurt Matt, scared, seeing shadows, ghost Matt. He had Marcus Mariota, Desmond Ridder, Taylor Heineke. Like, bro. Fuck, he has somebody else. But yeah, bro, like, he hasn't had good quarterbacks like that. I'm not gonna lie, but still, he has been slacking bullshitting.
It does sound like he's going to stick on the roster, and it does sound like the offensive coordinator is expecting a jump from him now in year 2 of the system. We'll have to wait and see. I gotta be honest with you. I do not know what to expect. I'm just kind of hoping for like 800 yards next year, and I think you'll definitely take that. Wide receiving core-wise, I think they could definitely use.
I'm not taking 800 yards out of Pitts. I need a K. I need a K. Bro, we'll be about like year 5 with Pitts. I need a K.
There's like one more extra body there, but Drake London's a stud. Darnell Mooney had a really nice year last year. I think wide receiver 3 could definitely be a positional need, but you do have Ray McLeod. Kadero Hodge is also.
Yeah, that's the thing. That wide receiver 3 is kind of scaring me too, but But fuck it.
there. You also brought in Jamal Agnew, so there's some options, but maybe like one more guy. We'll have to wait and see after this draft class. Your running backs are the exact same: Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier. You do have Jace McClellan behind him, but
But it's not that big of a league.
Bijan is going to be a superstar. Like, he might be in the running for Offensive Player of the Year this year. Michael Penix Jr., I feel like it's kind of up to him. Like, if this team ends up going far, if this team ends up making the playoffs, winning the division, maybe winning a playoff game or two, it's
I agree with this nigga on this.
kind of off the back of Michael Penix. Now, I think it's pretty fair for me to say this, that I was not high on him coming out of college in terms of like a top 10 pick. I had like a late first, early second round grade on him, which that's still pretty good for a prospect.
I'm not gonna lie.
When he went top 10, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But I did like the fit of Atlanta. I didn't love the value given the fact you just, at the time,
Justin Simmons knew Michael Penix was the real deal in training camp. Whatever it is, he has it.
signed Kirk Cousins, and I guess it kind of worked out. So that whole thing is a whole different story. But in general,
They're gonna be dotting you up now wherever you go.
Penix. I thought in the limited playing time we saw him last year, I thought he looked pretty good. Like, I thought he showed good poise. I mean, he is a little bit older, so you'd hope he'd have some poise. But he
ain't gonna lie, bro. We watching that Commanders game like the Super Bowl, bro.
Poise.
I'm not gonna lie.
Right places. He didn't.
Like, I mean, like a playoff game, like a playoff
that were
game.
all his fault. I mean, he had a couple interceptions, but some of those weren't his fault. Some of those were. I just thought he looked good out there. He had some competitive games with some good teams. He never looked like the moment got too bright. There was some plays out there where he was threading the needle, making some nice plays downfield. So I expect him now with the full offseason as the full-time starter, getting used to Bijan, Drake, and all these other guys. I expect him to take a step forward next year and truly become the quarterback this team needs.
Damn. Oh, my Lord.
For next year and truly become the quarterback.
Car wreck spin move. Oh, my God. Who you ever seen bounce off a car wreck and keep running?
Frankly, they kind of need him to. You still have Kirk Cousins on the roster. I don't know what's going to happen there. I have not heard anything definitively stated of what they're going to do. I would not be shocked if he's on the team as like the entire season. I would not be shocked if he gets traded at the trade deadline. I would not be shocked if at some point what they're going to know what's going to happen there. I kind of need him to next year and truly become the quarterback this team needs, because kind of frankly, they kind of need him to. You still have Kirk Cousins on the roster. I don't know what's going to happen there. I have not heard anything definitively stated of what they're going to do. I would not be shocked if he's on the team as like the entire season. I would not be shocked if he gets traded at the trade deadline. I would not be shocked if at some point maybe he gets some playing time. I don't know. If I was the Falcons, I would hold on to him to the trade deadline to just kind of see if there's a team out there that might still need a quarterback, and maybe you trade him then.
Hold on to him just in case, bro. Just in case. Make sure everybody stay healthy for a decent amount of time. Then, if that's the case, get him up out of there. I don't want to see Easton Stick, whatever the nigga name is. Don't want to see none of them niggas play football with the Atlanta Falcons outside of the preseason. Not gonna lie.
But honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong. I mean, you
don't want to see y'all niggas play ball
off season, so at this point, just keep Kirk Cousins on the roster. If Penix struggles, you bring back Kirk.
No. Penix get injured. Fuck that. Y'all didn't take Kirk out when he was struggling until it was too late. Nope. We riding with Penix to the rest of the season. Fuck, none of that. Nope, Kirk's not playing.
Is injured or gets banged up for a game or two.
Yeah, only way is he get injured.
I don't know. It sucks you're paying your backup quarterback like $40 million a year, but I mean, that's what you have to do. You have to deal with your consequences. But again, I'd probably try to keep him to the trade deadline and then kind of see if we can maybe make a deal out there. Defensively speaking, this is a very different unit from last year. Obviously, they brought in Divine Diablo. We already talked about that. Morgan Fox. You bring in 2 new pass rushers and James Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker.
We got Lamar Jackson. What the fuck? Oh, we got a cornerback, Lamar Jackson.
Now,
whoa. Can't forget it. We got that nigga Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, he's not going to be 4th string. Mike Hughes, you lost your job. Or D. Alfred, you lost your job, by the way. Not going to lie, you lost your job.
Fox, you bring in 2 new pass rushers and James Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Falcons fans, but I don't know if I've heard anything definitively about what they're going to do with Walker, whether it's keep him out inside linebacker or throw him out there as an outside linebacker. I'm going to assume that they're going to put him as an outside linebacker because that's kind of what they need a bit more. But this team now has a nice mix of some nice depth options while also having some really solid starters. Again, I thought the secondary last year wasn't perfect, but I also think you can't really talk about the secondary and blame everything on them without talking about just how bad this front seven was at getting to the quarterback. So I do think with an improved pass rush, maybe the secondary could take a nice step forward. The nickel position does seem to be their biggest need in terms of secondary members, because you feel really solid about your safeties. AJ Terrell is obviously really good. Mike Hughes had a nice year last year, but it might be fair for me to say that he might have some little regression this upcoming season, because it's kind of was like a bit of an outlier year, but maybe it was the system. We'll have to wait and see. Again, I think Billy Bowman maybe could play that nickel role. We'll have to wait and see.
Might.
They also brought in undrafted free agent Kobe Bryant, who shockingly went undrafted. That was kind of crazy. He's very slender.
Damn.
Needs some development, but maybe long term he can turn into something. I'm not sure.
Popping
And I also do want to take into account maybe Xavier
I'm
Watson.
finna be hearing Kodak a lot.
So I think he's probably better served as like a safety opposite of Jesse Bates. But yeah, I just think there's some nice depth options here. You also brought in Mike Ford Jr. So it's intriguing to see what this unit's going to look like next year, because there's a lot of different variety of how that secondary can end up looking like. My prediction as to what it's going to look like at the end of the season, I think it'll be Terrell, Hughes on the outside. I think Xavier Watson, Jesse Bates will be your safety duo. And then I think at nickel, I would not be surprised if Billy Bowman plays his way into a role. I know that he's not the biggest dude in the world. He'll never be a great tackler, but I think, man, he's so solid in coverage that you got to give him a shot. I do think the secondary might take a step forward from last year, just simply because the pass rush will finally be there. Having a guy like Arnold Ebiketie, Leonard Floyd, and then your new rookies are definitely going to be some pieces that can get some pressure on the quarterback. I think you're also hoping that your 2024 rookies who didn't really do much in their rookie seasons will actually step up. Guys like Braylon Trice, Rook, who I'm not going to say his last name because it's crazy, and just a couple other pieces.
Who?
Up guys like Braylon Trice, Rook, who I'm not gonna say his last name because it's crazy.
His last name is crazy. What the fuck is his last?
Pieces here and there. Like hopefully those guys will step up, because those were pretty high draft picks they spent on those guys, and they didn't really do a whole lot in their rookie years. So I think you kind of have to rely on those guys to take a step forward with your young rookies making some plays with the veterans. The nice thing about this defense is I think you have some different options. You have different packages. You have different pieces now to work with.
All right, man, this nigga chatting now, bro. Let me know what you think about that down below. Send me more videos to react to. On around 25,000. I'm out this bitch. Hey, go join the Discord. Send me videos to react to.